I'm trying to think of the word I'll use for him today. The orange orangutan is usually a pretty popular one, but we had Cheeto Jesus yesterday in Air Force One talking about Fort Knox. It's kind of like when he talks about Hannibal Lecter and he talks about electrocuting sharks. He goes on these tantrums for maybe it lasts a month or two, where he just says things that make absolutely and positively no sense for no reason at all. But here is a media scrum in Air Force One where Donald Trump seems to be obsessed when talking about Doge. He starts talking about Fort Knox. Have a listen to this.
On Doge, do you know what they're looking at specifically at the Department of Defense right now?
They're looking at everything.
And are they going to cut more national
They're looking at. We're going to go into Fort Knox to make sure the gold is there.
Are they going to?
You know that we're going to go into Fort Knox. Do you know about that?
Sir,
That was a bad bump.
are they going to eliminate more national security positions, civilians there?
We'll see what happens. But one of the things we do want to look, I mean, we hope everything's fine with Fort Knox, but we're going to go to Fort Knox, the fabled Fort Knox, to make sure the gold is there.
Where would the gold have gone? Brought up.
If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset.
What the hell is he talking about? We're going to go to Fort Knox to make sure the gold is in there? Like, does he think this is funny? It's not. He's an idiot. And he goes on these rambling tantrums. I mean, don't even get me started with what took place in the White House today with that press conference when reporters were asking Caroline Leavitt and others, does the president still think that Zelensky's a dictator? And they completely roll over the question and don't answer it. I mean, it's absurd. And then Donald Trump was asked about possible cuts to Medicaid and Medicare. There's a lot of people throughout the country that are very worried about that. And then he goes into his tariff talk as if that's going to replace it. Listen to this.
We'll do a couple more.
Sir, do you think you can still pay for extending your tax cuts without cutting both Medicaid and Medicare?
Yeah, absolutely.
House Republicans are planning to make cuts too.
Well, I think we're going to take in tremendous tariff money, number one. And number two, you take a look at Doge and you see what's happening. We're saving billions of dollars.
On Doge.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna take in tremendous tariff money by the brilliant Rhodes Scholar, Donald Trump, the economist. What a brilliant man. What a great businessman. What the hell is this guy talking about? What is he talking about? And you think about all the Republicans out there on Capitol Hill yesterday that have been asked, hey, do you agree with Donald Trump calling Zelensky a dictator? That's exactly what he said. And he also said Ukraine started the war, which is absurd. It's an absurd statement. And you have so many of these Republicans on Capitol Hill that obviously can't defend the comment, but they curl themselves into a pretzel trying to defend Donald Trump on a daily basis. And this is another example of several Republicans in D.C. yesterday that were, again, curling themselves into a pretzel trying to defend the indefensible. Have a listen to this.
I would certainly never refer to President Zelensky as a dictator. It is quite clear who started the war. It was absolutely Russia at Putin's directive.
I do not agree that President Zelensky is to blame in any way.
Thank you, guys. President Trump just weighed in that he...
By Russia.
I didn't hear that. I'll let other people use their words. It's not a word I would have used.
Would you call Ukrainian President Zelensky a dictator as President Trump has?
Well, I like I said, the president speaks for himself. What I want to see is a peaceful result, a peaceful outcome.
The president speaks for himself. Can you imagine if Joe Biden or Barack Obama made that statement, calling Zelensky a dictator? Do you think House Republicans would say, well, the president is entitled to say what he thinks? These Republicans are such cowards. It is embarrassing. And Kash Patel was just put in place as the FBI director, the guy who puts pictures of Adam Schiff on melons and shoots them into the air for all the kids to see when he's trying to sell his stupid children's book. And this is the guy who should be leading the FBI, who has a hit list of people that he is going to go after that he literally wrote in his own book, who will not say that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. And this is the guy that is in charge of the FBI. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a tinfoil imbecile. Tulsi Gabbard, who clearly is a Russian asset. Clearly. It's not up for debate, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I can go down the list. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, Bondi, who again was, like others, not willing to admit that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. I mean, the list goes on and on with incompetent fools. And we've just started, ladies and gentlemen. We're just in the first month